Mr. President, this past November, in an extraordinary and illegitimate move, the International Criminal Court issued arrest warrants for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and former Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant. The court's decision was troubling on multiple levels. First, the International Criminal Court, or ICC, has no jurisdiction over Israel or its citizens. Neither Israel nor the United States is a party to the treaty establishing the court, and thus the court has zero authority over Israel or its leaders. Second, the court's clear suggestion of moral equivalence between the government of Israel and the Hamas terrorists who attacked Israel and oppressed their own people is beyond the pale. Israel wages war against terrorists. Hamas wages war against innocents. And the only reason Israel has been waging war against Hamas is because Hamas chose to launch a massive attack on innocent civilians that resulted in 1,200 deaths and the taking of approximately 250 hostages, more than 80 of whom are still in captivity today. Mr. President, when it emerged last year that the ICC was planning to seek warrants for Israeli officials, the Republican-controlled House of Representatives brought up legislation to sanction those responsible at the ICC. 42 Democrats voted for it. But the legislation was dead on arrival in the United States Senate, with the Democrat leader refusing to bring it up for a vote. When the ICC released its warrants last November, I promised that if Democrats would not bring ICC sanctions legislation to the floor for a vote, I would. And today, I'm following through on that promise. The bill before us today will sanction foreign individuals who are involved in ICC efforts to investigate, arrest, or prosecute U.S. citizens or citizens of U.S. allies that are not party to the ICC. The bill passed the House again earlier this month with the support of every Republican plus more than 40 Democrats, and I hope we will see a strong bipartisan margin in the Senate as well. First, because this illegitimate targeting of a key U.S. ally should concern all of us. And second, because while the ICC is targeting Israeli leaders today, it could easily set its sights on Americans, and American soldiers in particular, tomorrow. It's happened before, back in 2020. And while the United States will not be turning over any of our military members to the ICC, the issuance of warrants for U.S. soldiers or military leaders could jeopardize American troops' ability to move freely where needed and impede our ability to defend our country and stand with our allies. Mr. President, I want to thank Senator Cotton for all his work on this bill, as well as Senator Risch. And I hope my Democrat colleagues will join Republicans to swiftly get this legislation over the finish line and to the President's desk.